Hey, English learners! Welcome back to the English Leap podcast, your go-to English podcast for learning English with real conversations. I'm Erin.
And I'm Evan. Erin, I have to admit, pizza is my weakness. Last month, I promised myself, no more fast food. I'll eat healthy every day. And guess what? That promise disappeared the moment I smelled pizza.
Oh no! So the change didn't stick?
Not at all. 1 week of healthy eating. Then pizza pulled me back.
Listeners, what about you? What's your weakness? Tell us in the comments section below. And like this video if this story relates to you.
Yes, and don't be shy. Writing your thoughts in the comments is one of the best ways to practice your English. It doesn't matter if your sentences aren't perfect. What matters is that you're using English.
Exactly. Tell us in the comments below. Every comment is great practice. And slowly, your writing will get stronger and more natural.
And this podcast helps with all areas of English. Listening, just by hearing us now. Writing, when you share your ideas in the comments. Speaking, when you shadow the sentences we say, pause, repeat them, and practice with us.
See, learners. That's the magic. Listening, writing, and speaking. All in one place. But only if you use the podcast actively, not passively.
You know, that reminds me of my childhood. I was a die-hard cricket fan. I used to sit glued to the TV, enjoying cricket and listening to the commentary. Whenever I heard a sentence that sounded powerful, I would pause and repeat it again and again.
Wow, Evan. You were shadowing before shadowing even became popular.
Yes. And I didn't stop there. I would think, where can I use this sentence in my own life? And when I finally used it, people were impressed. That's how I built richer vocabulary.
Wow, that's impressive, Evan. You turned cricket commentary into an English lesson. That shows our listeners something important. You can learn English from anywhere if you pay attention and practice.
I like to think of it this way. With just one habit, listening to the English Leap podcast, you can unlock many skills at once.
Right. You practice listening, you shadow sentences for speaking, you comment for writing, and, Evan, you forgot one more thing.
Oh, really? What did I miss?
Self-improvement. Our podcast isn't just about English. Every episode also gives life lessons that help you grow as a person.
True. Learning English and improving yourself at the same time. That's a powerful combination. One small habit can lead to big results. You know, there's even an old English idiom for this. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
But here, it's more like 4 birds with 1 stone. Maybe more.
And for our listeners, that idiom means you get many benefits from just one action. Now, you've learned a new idiom, and you're living it right now by listening here.
Exactly. And hey, don't forget, we've prepared a free PDF guide for you. It has the key points, practice questions, and today's vocabulary. You'll find the link in the description below.
And later in the episode, Crystal will join us for the vocabulary breakdown. She'll explain useful words in simple English so you can understand them and start using them yourself.
All right, let's dive into today's topic. Why change doesn't stick. So, let's start with the first reason change doesn't stick. The habit loop. Our brains love routines. Once something becomes automatic, it's like a track that's hard to leave.
Yeah, it's like when you always grab your phone first thing in the morning. You don't even think about it. Your hand just reaches for it.
Right. And when we try to change, that old track is still there, pulling us back.
Oh, that reminds me of my old enemy, pizza. Remember what I said earlier? I promised myself no fast food, but my habit loop kicked in. Every Friday night, my brain expected pizza. So even when I tried to resist somehow, I ended up with a slice in my hand.
That's such a good example. The brain says, this is familiar. This feels safe. Friday means pizza. And it takes you back to that habit. That's the habit loop in action.
And that's why breaking a habit feels like swimming against the current. The brain keeps pulling you back to the old routine.
But here's the good news. You don't have to fight the habit loop. You can use it. The trick is to keep the same cue and reward, but change the routine in the middle.
Oh, like if Friday night is my cue, and the reward is relaxing after a long week, I can swap pizza for something healthier. Maybe a walk with a friend. Or cooking at home.
Exactly. The brain still gets the reward, but the routine is different. That's how we reshape the habit loop, step by step.
This sounds doable. At least for the sake of breaking free from my pizza habit.
Now, let's think about how this works for English learners. Take TV as an example. Imagine this habit loop. Cue. You come home tired after school or work and sit on the couch. Routine. You switch on the TV and watch your favorite show in your own language. Reward. You feel relaxed and entertained. Now, here's how to reshape it. Keep the cue the same. Coming home and sitting on the couch. Keep the reward the same. Feeling relaxed. But change the routine. Instead of watching your favorite show in your own language, choose a short English program. Maybe a 10-minute episode or even a YouTube video in English. That way, your brain still gets to relax, but you've turned the routine into English practice.
Right? Same cue, same reward. Just a different routine in the middle. And the best part is, over time, your brain starts to expect that new routine. It feels natural.
True, but the struggle doesn't end there. Another reason change doesn't stick is the dopamine drop. When we start a new habit, like going to the gym or learning English, we feel excited. That excitement is triggered by dopamine, a chemical in the brain.
Oh, I know that feeling. It's like when we buy a brand new notebook. On the first page, we write so neatly, every letter perfect, like it's going to be published. But if I try to fill 15 or 20 pages, chances are my dopamine will crash halfway through. My neat handwriting suddenly turns messy, almost like a doctor's prescription. And that's a perfect example of a dopamine crash.
Yes, exactly. Because dopamine is temporary. At the start, it feels like a burst of fireworks. But soon, the fireworks fade, and we're left with the quiet routine. That's when many people stop.
And they think, I lost my motivation. When really, it's just the natural dopamine drop.
But here's the key. Don't depend on motivation alone. Instead, build a system. Make your habit so small that your brain can't say no. If it's easy and doable, you won't need fireworks to keep going.
Right. Like with the notebook. Instead of forcing myself to write 20 pages, I can start with just 2, or even 1. That way, my brain says, okay, that's simple. I can do it.
Think about your English practice. If you promise yourself 2 hours every night, your brain resists immediately. But if you start tiny, just 5 new words or a quick podcast, your brain says, that's simple, I can do it.
True. And once you do that small step, it often grows naturally. 1 page becomes 2, 5 words become 10. But it all starts with something so simple, your brain can't reject it.
Right. And even when small steps help, there's still another challenge. Our willpower is limited. Think of willpower like a battery. At the start of the day, the battery is full. But every time you make a decision, the battery loses a little power.
Oh, I see what you mean. Like when I'm avoiding sweets. In the morning, I can say no easily. But every time I see a sweet during the day, I have to decide again. Eat it or don't eat it.
That's the point. Each decision drains the battery a little more. By the evening, the battery is weak, and suddenly the chocolate cake looks impossible to resist.
That explains why 1 small piece turns into half the cake after dinner.
Yes. It's not that you're lazy or weak. It's just that your willpower battery is running low. And when the battery is empty, self-control feels almost impossible.
So the solution here is to make fewer decisions. If I plan my meals in advance or keep healthy snacks ready, I don't have to keep choosing all day long.
Exactly. And listeners, notice how your environment plays such a vital role in shaping habits. When your environment makes the right choice easy, you don't waste willpower.
It works the same way with English learning. If your books, notebook, or headphones are already on your desk, you'll study without even thinking about it. But if everything is packed away, your brain will find an excuse to skip it.
Right. By reducing decisions and shaping your environment, you protect your willpower and save it for the things that truly matter.
True. But even if our environment supports us, change can still slip away if something deeper is missing.
And that deeper part is identity. Many people focus only on actions, like, I want to exercise 3 times a week, or I want to study English more. But if they don't connect that habit to who they believe they are, it feels temporary.
Yes, I've felt that. For years, I told myself, I should read more books. But because I didn't see myself as a reader, the habit never lasted. It felt like homework, not a part of me.
That's the problem. When a habit is only about action, it feels fragile. But when it's tied to your identity, it becomes natural, like second nature.
And listeners, think about your English. If you only say, I want to practice English, it may feel like a chore. But if you start to say, I am an English learner, or even, I am an English speaker, practice feels like part of who you are.
Right. Habits built on identity are stronger because they're not just something you do. They're part of who you become.
And speaking of becoming stronger, it's time for one of my favorite parts of the show, the vocabulary breakdown.
Yes, Crystal is here to take some of the key words from today's episode and explain them in simple, clear English so you can understand and start using them yourself.
All right, Crystal, over to you.
Hi everyone, Crystal here. Let's look at some useful words and phrases from today's episode. Die hard, meaning someone who cares very strongly about something and never gives up on it. Example, he's a die-hard football fan. He never misses a game. Expect, meaning to believe or think that something will happen. Example, I expect it will rain tomorrow. Doable, meaning something that is possible to do and not too hard. Example, the homework looks hard, but it's doable. Dopamine, meaning a chemical in the brain that makes us feel happy, excited, or motivated. Example, eating chocolate gives us dopamine. Trigger, meaning to make something start or happen. Example, the alarm triggered a loud noise. Willpower, meaning the inner strength to control what you do, even when it's difficult. Example, it takes willpower to say no to sweets. Resist, meaning to fight against something you want, but know you shouldn't do. Example, I couldn't resist the smell of fresh pizza. Identity, meaning the way you see yourself and the qualities that make you who you are. Example, she feels her identity is connected to being a teacher. Fragile, meaning easily broken, damaged, or not strong. Example, the glass was fragile, so it broke quickly. Glued to, meaning to watch or pay attention to something so closely that you can't look away. Example, he was glued to his phone all evening. End up, meaning to finally be in a place or situation you didn't really plan. Example, we went for a walk but ended up in a cafe. Pull someone back, meaning to stop someone from moving forward or making progress. Example, fear can pull you back from success. Cue, meaning, a signal or moment that tells you to start something. Example, hearing the school bell is the cue to go to class. Halfway through, meaning, in the middle of doing something. Example, I stopped reading halfway through the book. Kill two birds with one stone, meaning, to do one action that gives you two benefits at the same time. Example, by walking to work, I kill two birds with one stone. I save money and get exercise. Great job. These words and phrases will help you sound more natural and confident. Try to use at least one of them this week, in writing, speaking, or even in your own thoughts. The more you use them, the stronger they become in your memory.
Thanks, Crystal. That was super clear.
And listeners, don't forget, the free PDF guide with today's key points and vocabulary is in the description.
Leave us a comment to practice your writing, and we'll see you in the next episode of the English Leap podcast.